Welcome back to World History, where every forgotten valley has a voice and every ancient trail tells a tale. Today we journey into the heart of northern Pakistan, where a hidden world blooms between the jagged spires of the Hindu Kush mountains. The Kalash Valley. As the sun spills over the mountaintops, an aerial view reveals a sight untouched by time. Nestled deep in the folds of the mountains, the Kalash Valley glows in golden light, terraced fields hugging the slopes, thick pine forests swaying in silence, and clusters of wooden homes whispering stories of centuries gone by. This isn't just a valley. It's a living museum of an ancient people whose origins still stir debate among historians. Imagine, now, a time before history was written, when the first Kalash ancestors built their homes from timber and stone, harmonizing with the land. Their villages, reconstructed today with remarkable detail, speak volumes of self-reliance, of sacred craftsmanship, and of a people who lived in rhythm with nature. Smoke curls from chimneys, goats meander through narrow paths, children laugh under cedar trees. Here, in this secluded haven, life was and still is deeply spiritual. The Kalash trace their heritage to a time long before modern borders. Some oral legends even link them to the lost soldiers of Alexander the Great, though no solid proof confirms this. What remains, however, is far more powerful than myth. Their customs, preserved like holy relics, echo through every ritual, every song, and every carved beam of their homes. On an aged parchment map, the Kalash Valley appears like a forgotten fingerprint, hidden between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Its isolation preserved their beliefs, their language, their identity, and by the light of a bonfire, Kalash elders pass these memories down. Not through books or scrolls, but through storytelling under the stars. Their faces glow orange in the firelight, voices soft, recounting sacred tales of origin, of gods who dwell in the peaks, and of ancestors who walked beside spirits. Now shift your gaze to a close-up of a Kalash woman, her eyes intense, her headdress a tapestry of beads and coins, each telling a story. Her attire, bright and commanding, isn't fashion, it's history worn with pride. Beside her, children dance barefoot through wildflower meadows, celebrating spring in vibrant dresses and floral crowns. Their laughter is a living melody, one passed down through generations. Kalash men, too, live by ancient ways. You see them climbing steep trails, goats in tow, baskets on their backs, shepherds not only of animals, but of culture. Inside their wooden homes, families gather, walls carved with symbols, ceilings draped with herbs and offerings. These homes are sanctuaries, echoing the pulse of 1,000 years. In one quiet corner of the village, a Kalash craftsman bends over a totem pole. With each chisel strike, he breathes life into symbols older than written language. These carvings are not just art. They are memory etched in wood, carried through time. This is the beginning of the Kalash story, a people cradled by mountains, a culture older than borders, and a valley that still speaks, if you know how to listen. Step deeper into the Kalash Valley, and you'll find that its beauty goes far beyond landscapes. It's woven into beliefs, whispered through rituals, and celebrated in dance. This is where the soul of the Kalash people truly shines, in the rhythms of their festivals, the symbols of their faith, and the sacred connection they hold with nature, spirits, and ancestors. At the heart of every Kalash settlement stands a sacred temple, not grand in size but rich in detail. The ultra-realistic image of a Kalash temple reveals animal horns adorning its walls, prayer stones stacked in careful balance, and idols shaped from wood and clay that embody gods of fertility, harvest, and protection. This isn't just a place of worship. It's a portal to the spiritual world where every object is alive with meaning. Here, the Kalash priest plays a vital role, not just as a religious leader, but as a guardian of ancestral wisdom. In one sacred moment, we witness a fire ritual. Under the open sky, the priest, clad in ceremonial robes, feeds the flames with herbs and grains, his voice rising in rhythmic chants. Fire, to the Kalash, is not only warmth, it's a messenger to the heavens, a living presence that links the mortal world to divine forces. The Kalash belief system is vibrant with mythical imagination. Artistic renderings reveal glowing fairies, dancing among trees, mountain spirits watching from icy peaks, and gods who roam the valleys. These aren't just stories for children, they are the foundation of how the Kalash interpret their world. Every stone, tree, and gust of wind holds a soul. Every animal is sacred. Every shadow has a spirit. As night falls, Kalash women gather with oil lamps in hand, creating a trail of soft golden light. They light these lamps to honor their ancestors, a ritual of remembrance, grief, and deep respect. In these quiet moments, the veil between the living and the dead feels thin, and the connection across time feels unbroken. Just beyond, you'll find the burial grounds, simple yet deeply symbolic. Wooden effigies stand beside sacred totems, watching over the departed. These are not just graves. They are monuments to memory, designed to preserve the spirit and story of each individual long after they're gone. But the Kalash way of life isn't only solemn, it's filled with joy and color. During the Chitral festival in spring, the valley erupts in dance and celebration. Rows of men and women sway in harmony, wearing bright clothes, singing songs of renewal, love, and rebirth. It's as if the entire valley breathes in unison with the season itself. In the heart of winter, when snow blankets the mountains, the Kalash gather again for the winter solstice festival. The fire once more becomes central, not just for warmth, but as a beacon of hope. Around it, families share traditional feasts, while songs and laughter echo through the frozen air. Even in the harshest season, their spirit refuses to fade. Music in Kalash culture is sacred. A traditional performance brings this to life. Drums thump like the heartbeat of the valley. Flutes mimic the cry of mountain winds, and voices rise in harmonic waves. These aren't just melodies, they're prayers in disguise. Passed down through centuries, then comes a wedding showered in vibrant petals. It's not just the union of two souls, but the merging of two ancestral lines. The bride and groom are dressed in stunning ceremonial attire, surrounded by joyful dancers, elders giving blessings, and petals raining down like mountain confetti. And when the Usho festival arrives, the entire valley becomes a living canvas. People from every Kalash village converge, singing, dancing, offering sacrifices to their gods. The mountains themselves seem to rejoice. It's not just a festival. It's a declaration of identity, resilience, and deep spiritual pride. Here, in the Kalash Valley, every ritual is a rhythm, every dance a devotion, and every moment a reminder that tradition is not a relic of the past, it is the heartbeat of the present. The story of the Kalash is not confined to temples and festivals alone. It is written in old scrolls, whispered through the generations, and now echoed in the digital age. As the winds of history have swept through the Hindu Kush, the Kalash, people have stood like mountain pines, weathered, rooted, and resilient. In a quiet corner of a wooden library, faded manuscripts and scrolls lie preserved, covered in tribal symbols, flowing scripts, and a language nearly lost to time. These documents, some centuries old, speak of ancestral codes, ritual calendars, and cosmologies forgotten by most. They're not just ink on parchment. They are the voices of a civilization trying to remain heard. Among the many legends passed down by the Kalash is a curious claim that they may be descendants of Alexander the Great's soldiers who ventured deep into these mountains over 2,000 years ago. Artistic depictions blend Greek armor with Kalash garments, illustrating this cultural myth that has fascinated historians and travelers alike. Whether true or symbolic, the legend adds to the mystery and magnetism of Kalash identity. During the colonial era, British anthropologists ventured into the Kalash Valley, clipboards in hand, wide-eyed and intrigued. Photographs from that time show rituals being studied, dances being recorded, and customs being documented for the first time by outsiders. While some viewed it as preservation, others saw it as intrusion. The Kalash were now no longer a secret. Their story was being studied, dissected, and exported, yet centuries before the colonials, Buddhist monks are believed to have walked the trails into Kalash lands, sharing spiritual philosophies and leaving behind symbols of peace and cross-cultural exchange. These moments, when worlds met without conquest, remain rare but sacred in Kalash memory. The Kalash have not lived in complete isolation. They've had rare interactions with neighboring Nuristanis and Pashtuns, sometimes in conflict, other times in quiet diplomacy. These moments remind us that culture is never static, but always in negotiation with the world around it. Today, the Kalash story enters a new chapter. In a brightly painted classroom, Kalash children sit in uniform, learning from books and screens. Behind them, murals of their own history adorn the walls. Ancestors, festivals, gods, and goats, all reminding them of who they are, even as they prepare to enter the modern world. Outside, a young Kalash woman scrolls through her smartphone, yet wears her traditional dress with pride. In her, two worlds collide, one of ancient chants, the other of instant messages, but she is not a contradiction. She is a bridge. Sacred sites are now being restored, not by shamans alone, but with help from archaeologists and government teams. Scaffolding rises around crumbling temples, not to replace history, but to protect it. Ecotourism is beginning to blossom, respectful tents pitched along the hillsides, with signs reminding visitors to honor the customs of this rare culture. In one powerful image, Kalash youth stand beside their elders, hands linked, eyes forward, one generation holding the memory, the other carrying the future. The Kalash are not vanishing. They are adapting, remembering, and rising, one festival, one story, one heartbeat at a time.